Hi, Joe. Rod Risley. How are you today?
How you doing, Rod? Dr. Risley?
I'm doing just fine, thanks. Thanks for taking time to speak with us today and for your taking time and your desire to aspire for this position of leadership.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah. I think you're going to be probably coming from one of the newer chapters that we have in Phi Theta Kappa. And I know that you had a very important role in the establishment of that chapter. When you were in student government, you write about this, you were intrigued and interested with the idea of establishing a chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. What was it appealed to you that you thought would be important to you and the students to have it?
Well, it was going to be really cool to just have something that was going to celebrate our successes as students together. And this was something that I was excited about. It was something I didn't know much about, but a whole bunch of students and I were really excited about it from different leadership groups around campus. So it was going to be a group that was going to unify all the groups on campus already, but then also something to really celebrate and enjoy our successes, because there really isn't much other way to celebrate in the way that Phi Theta Kappa does our successes as two-year college students.
Well, you know, it's remarkable, too, that you had such a high acceptance rate. You all had nearly 35% acceptance rate, 175 students. That's nearly triple the national average. What did you all do?
Well, you know, at first we went to Nerd Nation last year, and
so this was before the chapter was chartered, right?
This was before the chapter was chartered.
Okay,
correct.
all right.
We went to Nerd Nation not really knowing anything about Phi Theta Kappa, except for the fact that the convention was going to be in Orlando, and we got there and we learned, and it was so amazing and so exciting that we came back and we felt like everybody needed to have this opportunity to experience something amazing like this, and to really, you know, celebrate the work that we're doing in school. And so we came back and we had this excitement that was so unique and so special for our leadership group. And then we were able to get funds from the student government to help buy lasagna for people, help talk about Phi Theta Kappa, have info sessions. We had an amazing graphics designer on our team who put together a stellar postcard that went out to everybody. We had phone banks, so, you know, a bunch of the founding officers and I would spend our nights calling everybody on the eligible list. And so between the excitement and trying to bring as much people in, it really, we had a great response.
Mm-hmm. So how have you been able to sustain that enthusiasm?
Well, that's a great question, because, you know, we started off in the spring and then we had a whole bunch of people graduate, and so it's been really interesting to see how we go from the stage where we're starting and we're earning the charter, and then to actually take that into the next level. And a big source of excitement is, you know, Nerd Nation's coming around again this year, and so we're going to send out a delegation. We've had some students who are really excited about serving the community, so we're finding ways to foster partnerships with local nonprofits. So between that, I mean, the excitement has kind of picked up on its own, but yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting transition, because, you know, the main goal of the first leadership group was to start the chapter,
right?
And now we are working on finding our identity as a group and establishing the framework that we're going to sustain ourselves for years to come.
Very good. All right, let's do the lightning round. You ready?
All right.
All right. Franklin or Edison?
Franklin.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Nerd Nation or Honors Institute?
Nerd Nation.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Harry Potter.
Oceans or space?
Space.
Nerd or geek?
Nerd.
Netflix or cable?
Netflix.
A sunny beach or mountains?
Sunny Beach.
And you have both of those out there, don't you, in Seattle? You got the mountains
That's right.
and the other. You've done some remarkable things in student government, your emergency grant program and your textbook program, but I wanted to have you expand on something.
Okay.
You talk about honors and action. You say that people talk about change all the time, but actually being able to bring about change takes different skills that most people never develop. So I'm going to give you just a little bit of time. We're a little bit over time, but I'd like for you to talk just briefly about that. You're talking about this, that it's a different skill set it takes to bring about change. What are those skills?
So I feel like, especially with honors in action, honors, it's one thing to be bringing about change in certain ways when, you kind of come together as a group and decide on doing something together. And you really have to have a lot of drive and a lot of passion to really push through that change and actually create something special. But the amazing thing about honors in action is that not only are you doing that, but you're really researching in depth an issue out there. And the special thing about honors in action is the spirit and frontiers of exploration is a very broad topic, and there's a lot that can be done under that umbrella. And really taking that broad topic, finding a specific theme within that, and then finding something even more specific, doing all this research and learning, so many new things about this, and then coming up with an action plan about that. That's something really special, and it lays out the framework to do something with a lot of careful thought.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for taking time with us today, and know that we wish you the very best with your campaign. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Risley.
See you soon.
Sounds good.